company that is in focus today, and that is JBM Auto, that is in focus on the back of its Q4 results. We have the management now joining us to weigh in on the numbers. Nishant Arya, who's the Vice Chairman and MD JBM Group, is now joining us. Hello, Mr. Arya. Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us.
Yeah, good morning.
Mr. Arya, you have achieved your guidance on the top line with 6,088 crores for FY26. How do you see the demand shaping up now, and what would be your guidance for the next fiscal?
No, so definitely we would be looking forward to maintaining at least the level of growth we have achieved in FY26 and FY27 as well. Currently, as we all understand, we are in unprecedented times, and I believe these couple of months are very critical in shaping up the vision which we have for this year. But definitely, like last year, we had achieved 11.5% growth approximately. So we would be looking at achieving minimum that, but our target would be to enhance further from that for sure.
All right, Mr. Arya, hi, morning. This is Kavita also joining in. And, what has been your capacity utilization for the e-buses plant? And what kind of traction are you seeing in this segment also?
No, so we are seeing very good traction. So definitely the second half of the last fiscal year, post the GST reduction, the capacity utilization has been quite substantially high. Close to about 90% in our auto component business. And we are seeing that the first 6 weeks of this quarter also have been going on very well. And we believe that we will be continuing the same further as well. So definitely our target is to see that how are we increasing the asset utilization substantially. And in our bus business also, last year we were the largest player in the country with close to 25% market share. So idea is to really clearly see that how each and every business is self-sustainable and is on a growth trajectory.
But Mr. Arya, the debt has risen considerably. What is this being used for, and what are the plans to manage it?
No, so the debt has increased temporarily, which we'll be reducing in this year because we had tried to see that because last year we saw that rare earth magnets and other requirements had come up which had not been planned for, and we created a lot of inventory. So that is primarily all working capital debt, which will be reduced now in the Q1 and Q2.
All OEMs have been commenting on the commodity headwinds. Now, how are you placed in these times of commodity prices rise?
So definitely in our case also we have impact of the commodity headwinds also because of the current socio-economic and geopolitical situation. But we are trying to see that how are we efficiently producing our vehicles and cutting other costs to optimize the total cost and really enhance our profitability.
Mr. Arya,
that is why you see that at the EBITDA level, the company, even though last few months have been challenging, has been able to achieve about 13.9% EBITDA.
Correct. And speaking of the EBITDA and the margins also, your margins have also seen an uptick despite all the kinds of geopolitical tensions and the cost headwinds like you mentioned. How are you achieving this, and what is your target going forward?
No, we have been consistently focusing on higher levels of localization and seeing that how are we doing a lot of frugal engineering and concurrent engineering in our products, so that clearly we are able to stay ahead of the curve. And especially after COVID, I think we have built a very strong risk mitigation framework, so which has helped us to see that we are able to address any unknown and upcoming risks in a better manner than one would have envisaged before COVID.
Arya, what is your current order book, which stood at 9K buses in Q3? What would be the delivery timeline for this now?
So our current order book is close to 10,000 buses, and we'll be delivering this in next 2.5 years.
You had guided for a 14 to 15% growth in the auto ank and 15 to 20% growth overall for FY27 as well. Do you see any change in this forecast considering the recent appeal from PM Modi on fuel consumption, and your e-buses could be a great beneficiary for of this appeal as well?
Yeah, I think time will tell how things will span out. So we are carefully watching the market and trying to see that how we could address any issues which may come up from time to time. So keeping ourselves abreast of the current situation.
Last question before we let you go. What is the progress on your VSS delivery timeline, which was to start in H2 FY27? And has the order book expanded from 3 gigawatt last time?
No, so order book will definitely be expanding. We have a lot of orders in the pipeline, so which will be concluding soon. So as and when that happens, we'll definitely come back to you.
All right, Mr. Arya, on that note, thank you so much for joining us. It was a pleasure to have you on the show. And
Thank you.
Well, with that, it's time for us to slip into a short break. Don't go anywhere. After the break, we come back and we get all your questions answered, so stay tuned.